Hello, hello. It's your friend Kizzy Staten Gray, and I'm so glad that you're here today on day 4 of our self-care challenge. We're doing this self-care challenge for 21 days, and I am so delighted to have you here today. So today's challenge, welcome, thanks for joining. Today's challenge is list places you want to visit. If you haven't gotten the download, now is the time to do it, or you can do it after the broadcast. But that way you can follow up and keep up with where we are, what we're talking about, what's our discussion, and keep the conversation going, okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to put it in the chat, so be ready to participate and give me some feedback today, all right? So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you all for joining. It's so good to see you all today. So, again, our challenge is on day 4, list places you want to visit. Why is that important? Because you should have a dream, you should have a vision, goals you have set for yourself. And that's part of self-care. So envision the places that you want to go. So if you already have some things in mind, just right off the top of your head, you can put that in the chat so I can give you some feedback. So some of the places I'd like to go is to the Bahamas or to Dubai or to Hawaii, Jamaica, some of those tropical places. If you have some places that you want to go, just put something in the chat. Let's give me some feedback here to see where you are. Hello, my mom is watching. Hello, Harry and Chip, and I saw someone else come through. I forgot. But anyways, Europe. Yes, Europe. I would love to go, and I've been to Europe, but I would love to go back again. Yes, Hawaii is definitely a wonderful place to go that you do not need a passport to go. So why is it important to envision places you want to go? First of all, envisioning anything is healthy for you, period, overall. Envision where you want to be. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? In the next 3 or 5 years? Envision where you want to be. Hello, Ramon. Hello, Sister Betty. How are you? Thanks for joining today and tuning in. Today's challenge, if you haven't downloaded, you may do so on the link that I'll post in this video feed, and you may see it in previous posts. We're talking about places that you want to visit. And why is it important? Is to have a vision for yourself, for your life, for your just a plan. Where do you envision seeing yourself go? And maybe it isn't in travel. Maybe it's not traveling. Like my mom's on here. She doesn't care about traveling places right now. But maybe it's something else that you envision for your life. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 or 2 to 5 years? Envisioning is so important. But the Bible says, without a vision, people will perish. That means you don't have anything that you're working towards. If you don't see anything over the next 2 to 5 years, you're going to have exactly what you have right now. You know, what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, repeatedly, but you're expecting something different to happen. You're expecting different results. That's insane, right? So in order to do something different, you can start by envisioning, believing, taking actionable steps to get there and to achieve that. It is also doable. What vision do you have for your life? What's your vision? Where's your mindset? You know, so many people spend their lives just existing. And I challenge you to look deep and look back at your dreams and look back at your visions and see where you want to go. Where do you envision? So you say, well, I don't have the money in my budget to travel. I can't, it's just not doable for me to go to the places that I really want to go to. Well, you can start small. You can envision yourself going to Dubai or to Hawaii or some of the places at Belgium. Yes, I love that. See yourself going to these places. Envision yourself being there. What would I do? Close your eyes. What would I do if I were there? Where would I go? Where are some places I want to visit while I'm there? Who do I see myself with? Is my family with me? If I'm single, who do I see a friend going? Do I envision myself going alone? Where am I going to go? Where am I going to eat? What foods I want to try? Where places that I want to travel to? Think about all those things. Vision is so important. Vision helps keep you out of the mundane. Sometimes we get so locked into our here and now, our current circumstances, that if you envision yourself somewhere else, it can take you out of the heat of your current circumstances. Sometimes it helps you to get over the edge by always casting your vision, casting your plan. It helps you to get outside of your here and now so that you can see yourself in the future. Where do you see your future self? Think about that. Now, I know when we get out this broadcast, this is something you can think about in your quiet time. Remember, this is your life. You don't get any double takes, no do-overs, none of that. Think about what you want to do for the rest of your life. You're destined to live a life of greatness. Listen, greatness is on the inside of you already. It's already there. It's already locked in. And because you're like an onion that needs to be, there's so many layers to you. And as you unpeel a layer and unveil, there's so much more to you. And so if you envision yourself doing something, having something, being somewhere, achieving certain things, then you can achieve that. You can have it. But it starts with envisioning, dreaming, believing, hoping, all of these things. So, listen, you're destined to go and to achieve and to have greatness. And you're the only one who can decide this for your life. Nobody else can do it. It's you. You're the decision maker here. And if you don't like your present circumstances, if you don't like your outcome right now, you can change that. You can put your vision before you. We talked about writing it down on yesterday. Hello, Celestine. Hello, Amy. Thanks for joining. If you write your vision, and even in this list today, you can write that in a journal. And maybe you didn't buy that journal, or maybe you don't have one. Write it down in your notebook. Type it in your Word document. Begin to save a file for your dreams, or for your goals, or for your vision, or what you want to accomplish. Now, if you want to go to Belgium, I've seen someone say Belgium. If someone wants to go, oh, thank you, Celestine. If you want to go to Hawaii, now let's trace, how can we get there? What are the actionable steps that we need to take? Do we need to save an extra $20 this week and maybe not go to Starbucks once or twice this week, and take your coffee money and let that be your sacrifice for the trip you want to start taking? And at the end of the year, see where you are towards that, or your pocket change, throw it in a jar. And then at the end of the year, count it up, tally it up, and see how far you are, how close you are to booking that trip, to making the reservations and purchasing the plane tickets, or booking the hotel, or what have you. These things are doable, but if you never launch out, if you never dream big, guess what? You're just gonna go to work, come home, eat your dinner, do the same thing on repeat every time. There is so much more for you. And it can begin by dreaming big, envisioning, have it vivid envisioning for your life. It takes a growth mindset. It takes grit. It takes tenacity. It takes being goal oriented, and just taking the actionable steps that you need to turn your mindset around. You got to work on your mind. You really do. Because if you don't work on your mind, you will keep having the same results. Nothing else changes. If you change, nothing changes. If you don't change, nothing changes, okay? You've heard it said so many times, be the change you want to see in the world. Yes, your change starts with you. So it's not about your circumstances and what's working against you, and you don't even know my life. You don't know about me, and this isn't working, and this is against me, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. You be the change. When you change, your circumstances will change. Trust me. When you change, your circumstances, your life, everything will begin to align with you. The change starts with you, okay? So, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years or 2 to 5 years? And if you have been one of those people who are journaling like we talked about yesterday, and you can look back and see, my goodness, I've come a long ways. There's so much that you can do. You can track it. You can set goals. You can accomplish. You can envision. Okay, guys, for those of you just coming in, I just want to remind you that we have a free download to follow this 21-day self-care journey. And today we're talking about creating a list of places you want to go. So if you're just tuning in, you can put in the chat right now, where is a place you want to go within the next year or two? Maybe you want to take a cruise. Maybe you want to take an Alaskan cruise. Maybe you want to go to, and it doesn't have to be a place like a tourist attraction or destination. Maybe it's to a Broadway show. Maybe you want to go see The Lion King on Broadway. Maybe you want to visit some historical landmark or something that's meaningful to you. Or maybe you want to visit where your family heritage began, and maybe that was in wherever, Tennessee, and you haven't been to your home state, but your mom has always told you about it, your family and friends, and you have never been. Maybe you want to go back home and visit. Yes, Latanya said to Jamaica. Oh, absolutely. I want to go there too. Never been, girl. We need to make that trip. So listen, wherever that place is, whatever is meaningful to you, you can do it. But it's never going to happen if you just sitting here thinking about it and not doing anything and not taking any actionable steps. Listen, there's so many people that have things, circumstances against them. Like one lady, Ariana Huffington, she had 36 rejections for her publication by major publications before she got the Huffington Post. Well, now that is the most recognized publication that you know of, probably, and she faced rejection. So you face rejection, you face obstacles, you face hindrances. There is no excuse for circumstances to be a holdup for where you want to be in life. Think about KFC. I think he had something like 100 rejections for his KFC recipe, and then he finally got KFC. Well, listen, his legacy is long living. You can't let circumstances hold you back. Again, when I say that once you change and make a decision to do something different, make a choice within you to say, this is my conscious decision. I'm going to begin living my life starting now. Now, this year, I'm not going to wait another month sitting back, watching TV, and doing nothing with my life, okay? Now's the time to make that change. Now's the time to make a conscious decision, to move forward, to do something new, to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. It's never too late. And then you've heard of a struggling actor who wanted to achieve success. He was a Canadian actor, and he kept trying and being rejected over and over again. And then he finally, before he achieved the success, he wrote himself a check for $10 million. He was like, I want to accomplish this in one day. And when he landed his first role, Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey got $10 million. And that was in his 5-year plan. So you think it's going to take 30 years? Well, I'm already 40, I'm already 50, and I'm already whatever. Who cares? It's never too late. Like I said, Samuel Jackson got his first big break when he was 50, either 49 or 50, somewhere in that range. It is not too late. And so it doesn't matter what circumstance you're facing. Listen, Walt Disney was told that he lacked creativity and no one was interested in his product. But listen, he's known today for being the most creative one that has so many, the largest attraction that people come from all over the world, not the United States, okay? People come from other countries just to go to Disneyland, Disney World. They traveled from all over to get to his creativity that they said he was lacking. So who cares who's rejected you? Who cares who's doubted you? Who cares what they have said, the naysayers, what they have said against you? Listen, you believe in you. That's a part of self-care right there. Believe in you. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the feedback and the love. Let me see your heartbeats, guys. Listen, you have to begin to believe in you, your dream, your vision. Make your list. Even if today it's just a small task. Listen, we're doing a small task each day for self-care. And today's self-care is about making a list of where you want to go. And to think about where you want to go, you got to envision yourself being there. You got to see yourself on the other side. You got to see yourself traveling. And if you don't have the money in the budget, you're like, man, it's not even an extra $200 left over at the end of the month to do anything I want to do. Well, sometimes you might have to cut back. You might have to cut the cable if you want to go to Canada. You might have to cut the cable if you're trying to get to Hawaii. You got to do what it takes. Don't buy those boots this winter. You already got 5 pair of boots in your closet. Some things you just got to put some parameters, put some, cut back and use some restraint in your life so that you can do that. Where do you get the chart? Okay. So in my previous post, you will see it, but it's bit.ly/free download, something like that. Gosh, I don't know it for sure. Let's see. It might be on here. I don't have it on here, but it's in my previous post. And once this broadcast is over, I will put it back in the comment section and at the top of the video. Okay. So you get this free download. Follow us on this journey. The day 1, we just did drinking 20 ounces of water. Day 2, we did take a walk outdoors. And each day I'm teaching you the benefits of these things and how it can change your life. Yesterday was read an old journal. We talked about journaling, the benefits of journaling. So today is about making a list of the places you want to go. And what that requires is envisioning. What do you envision for your life? And also, if you weren't here, so this is our free offer. And this is an offer that's about 21 days of self-care. This is a more deeper instruction. And if you want to dig deep and deal with some real heart issues and some things that you will find that are hindrances to your own progress, to your moving forward, some things that were blockages in your life that you may not have identified with, you may not have looked in the mirror to see, why am I still here? What is going on with me? Because listen, it's not anybody else. It's not your circumstances. It's you. When you change, your life will change, okay? It's all about you changing, you doing the hard inner work because it's inward. Everything is within. So if you're looking without here and all these people and circumstances is not there, it's within you. When you change, your life will change, okay? And before I have, if you get the PDF version or the Kindle or whatever, you can get it printed. I got this printed and bound at Office Max or whatever. So, I mean, it's really hefty. So, it has a lot of great value and great content. So while this challenge is free, it is definitely chock full of value. So thank you guys for joining, Shatone. I appreciate you. So you can get the free download. So we're back to saying, where do you see yourself? Listen, your next 5 years can be the most rewarding. It can be the most radically different lifestyle than what you are living right now. It all can change. The choice is yours. Where do you see yourself? What are you doing? And what do you plan to do differently to get the results that you desire? Listen, it's up to you. Not up to anybody else. Nobody's going to come in and change your life for you. Nobody's going to come in and say, girl, get yourself together. Now, if you got a friend like that, keep her. She's a keeper. She's a good friend. But listen, it's up to you. Ultimately, it falls in your lap. What are you going to do? Begin to envision now where you want to go. Close your eyes. Think about it. And I'm not saying now, but when you get off this scope and you get some quiet time, think about, where do I see myself next year? Do I see myself out of debt? Do I see myself healthier? Do I see myself losing weight? Do I see myself, whatever it is, if I see myself going natural and not being on a creamy crack, if I see myself drinking more water, do I see myself speaking on platforms? Do I see myself, wherever it is that you want to go, what do you do? If I see myself adopting a child, if I see myself traveling the world, what do you see for your life? If you don't see anything, you will not have anything. It will be just like it is right now. Like it is today. Nothing will change. Now, what do you want? The choice is yours. I see you extremely blessed. I see you making a decision right now to make a change in your life, to envision your goals, your dreams, your hopes, what you see for your future. You must have grit. You must have determination. You must be goal-oriented. You must take actionable steps, massive action. radical action, to see that radical change that you desire for your life. What do you envision? Okay, so you're talking about some of the places we talked about. Oh, the Grand Canyon. That's where my family and I want to go to. That's a beautiful place, Amy. What other places do you want to go? And it doesn't have to be a major tourist attraction. Again, it could be visiting your homeland or wherever you've come from. If you come from another place, where do you want to go within the next 2 to 3 years? You can put some feedback in the chat. Where do you want to go? You know, in order to get the results you desire, you have to begin somewhere, and it starts with a vision. It starts with dreaming big. It starts with a plan. It starts with thinking about it. And if you think it, you believe it, you can achieve it, you really can. And I'm not trying to give you some cliche here, but I promise you, as I look back over my journals and even studying for these teachings that I did on yesterday, and I look back and I was just amazed at how far I come. But it's something so sacred and beneficial about writing things down, planning it out. And if you just meander through life and wandering through without a plan, you might have it appear, but there's something to be said about seeing it, not only writing it down, but keeping the vision before you, keeping it posted, keeping it where you can refer back to it on a regular, consistent basis. When it's out of sight, it's definitely out of mind, and you don't see, oh yeah, I am supposed to be working on that. You know, you might think about it in your mind, but it gets so pressed back with all the things that we are, you know, dealing with in life, the things that the to-do list that we have, and gotta go pick this up and take this to cleaners and go get the groceries and da-da-da-da, and on, then you say, my goodness, have I worked on my dream this week? Have I accomplished the goal I want to do personally this week? Or in my business this week? Have I contacted the new client or the potential client? Did I follow up with them? You know, if you don't plan it out, then 9 times out of 10, it will not be accomplished, guys. And so I'm encouraging you to go ahead and list it out. These little small things seems like such a minor thing to do, and it is. Hi, Kendra. It is such a small thing to do. Hi, Rita. Italy. Oh, yes. I would love to go to Italy, too. It's such a beautiful, romantic place. So many places I want to go to. So each day we're doing one small thing for ourselves, for our self-care, to help us get to another mental state, to help our mindset, to help our wellness, our health and wellness, to help our emotions, to help us ourselves spiritually. Again, get your download, follow along on this journey, and I promise you, although this is a free challenge, I promise you the rewards are very beneficial. I mean, it has great value to do these things, and we omit some of these things. We overlook and fail to do the simple things that can be life-changing for us. And so I want you to make it a deliberate practice to incorporate self-care into your life, into your daily schedule, into your weekly schedule. And again, if you need to physically schedule it on your calendar, please do so. It's so important to do that. So it doesn't matter what circumstances you're dealing with. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to take that trip to Italy, to Dubai, to Hawaii, wherever it is. Once you start making plans, guess what? You'll get yourself in order. You'll get your act together. And you're like, okay, I'm going. And one of the things, if you start telling people what you're going to do, your closest friend or your, whoever your buddy is, make a public declaration. This is what I'm going to do. In 2019, I am going to wherever, Jamaica. You start declaring it, saying it before people, they hold you accountable, you start making steps, you get excited about what you want to do, what your plans are. And guess what? You'll start walking that thing out. You'll start just look it up. It didn't cost you anything to Google it, to see what Southwest has, or Delta Airlines, or whoever it is. Start looking at hotels and who has timeshares that you know in your family that you can see if you can trade out a week or get it for cheaper or whatever. Begin to plan today. It means everything to just have a vision. So write your vision and make it plain, because the Bible says without a vision people perish, and we don't want any more perishing, right? We don't want our lives to be wasting away. Another year gone by. What have I done this year? Now we're down to the final stretch. 3 months. We can make it happen. We can get so much accomplished. And God is the redeemer of time, okay? So what you haven't accomplished in the last 10 years, and maybe you wasted it in a relationship, or maybe you wasted it doing something that wasn't rewarding. Maybe it was a job or career that you thought you was going to love and be passionate about. But once you got into it, you found out like, oh, this is not even me. I thought I liked to crunch numbers, but I really don't like being an accountant, or whatever it is. And you find yourself wasting away 10 years of your life doing this, and you're just dreading going to work, dreading coming home and going the next day, or whatever it is. If you find yourself in that place, how can you redeem that time? Trust God to redeem it for you. Trust God to step out and do the new thing. I'm not saying be reckless and careless. I'm saying have a plan to get there. But the choice is yours. You can stay at that job for the rest of your life, okay? Or you can make a decision to do something different that's rewarding, fulfilling to you, that you feel is a part of your purpose, your assignment, your destiny, that you can walk it out. Nobody's going to come and do that for you, honey. You have to do the work. You have to put it in. You have to envision it. You have to plan it. You have to go after it. Okay? Nothing changes until you change. All right? It's so important to make that choice. Make a decision. Go ahead and start acting this thing out. Even if it begins with just a small list of what you want to accomplish, what you want to do. That's on our task today. On our task, if you're just joining, is list the places you want to go. And whatever is on your bucket list, or whatever you have in mind that you want to do, list that down. It doesn't have to be 10 years out. Plan something now. I mean, if it's one small thing, if it's one place, even out of your list, okay, if you list 10 things, what's the top place you want to go? Or what's the place that you see yourself most likely to go within the next year? So maybe it may not be Dubai. Maybe you need to save up a little bit more money for Dubai. But maybe Hawaii is in your reach because you don't need a passport to get there, and you might know somebody who knows somebody who has a hookup there. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Cuba, yes, that is awesome. Angie, Cuba, that's a good place to go. So wherever it is, and think about when you not only when you think about that, but where you want to go, but think about what you're going to do when you're there. I'm sure Angie got a whole lot of things, what she's thinking about, where she's going to go, what she's going to do, who she's going to see, where she's going to dance, or how she's going to live it up. Think about those things and envision yourself being there, and that's how change happens. That's how you accomplish those goals. That's how you envision. For every person that has a major corporation, a major business, major anything, they had to envision themselves serving somebody, offering a help, offering a resource. I see Joette on here. She's a beautician. I'm sure she had to envision herself seeing clients in a chair, seeing people come, and she's making a radical change in their lives and doing an extreme makeover and fixing them up and beautifying them. And she had to envision that in order to have that and to have her own place or her own shop or what have you. You have to envision that. And sometimes your dreams can be too low. I see Rita on here. Let me tell you, years ago, I'm going to give this quick testimony. I'm putting people on blast today. I had a vision for doing a home daycare. And I was figuring out, how I'm going to do this, get my systems in place and all this. Tanya's on here. Yay! She's doing a home daycare now. So you came in at the right time. Hi, Teresa. So I had this vision to do a home daycare. And Tanya's on here. She was one of my first clients. But I went to Rita, and she's a powerful woman of God, and I went to her, and I was like, okay, well, how are you doing? Because she had a home daycare. I'm like, how are you doing it? And show me your systems and what's working for you. And she took me on a tour, and she showed me things, and I was telling her how much I charge. And she said, baby, you need to charge your worth. And she said, a workman is worthy of his hire. Your dream is too low, and your vision is too low. And I had to check myself, okay? She is pulling me up higher, okay? And I had to come up to that place like, wow, I am offering a quality service. I do have a clean and beautiful environment. I have a brand new home, and I have this to offer. And I, had the fire department to come in and do my inspections. And I have all these qualifications. I've run a daycare center and blah, blah, blah. actual daycare center. So I have the experience. I have the background, CPR, first aid, all this stuff. But anyway, this is just a small example and a vision. But my vision was too low. And this woman of God helped me to think higher and to get to a higher place. And then my friend Tyan came on and trusted her precious baby to me. And now her baby is gone and in high school now. So that was that many years ago, so many years ago. Listen, your vision, write it down, make it plain. If you have something that people can run with or that you can run with, it's doable, it's accomplishable. You can begin today. So, where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself accomplishing before 2018 crosses over to the 19? What do you see yourself doing? If it means paying off a credit card or whatever it is, get it done. Get it done. You can do it. Again, the change starts with you. If you don't change, nothing changes. Nobody's going to come change your life for you. You have to do it. You have to make the conscious decision to be the change that you want to see. And so if you don't have a vision, then more than likely you're going to live this same life for the next 5 or 10 years. It's going to be exactly what you have right now. If you don't like what you have, change it. It's that simple. You have to make a decision. See yourself. Celestine said, I see my business, Fat Mama's Kitchen, flourishing, a food truck, or building 3. Come on, girl. Do the thing. Yes. I see you on a food truck. I see myself coming in, waiting in the window, ready to get my food too. Yes, absolutely. You must envision it. Listen. And envision your value that you have to offer to others, because we all have something to offer, right? And it is of value to somebody, and somebody's willing to pay for what you have to offer. Get out there and do it. Make it happen. Yes, Celestine. Go, girl. I am your cheerleader. I'm cheering you on, and I'm cheering you all on. I'm cheering you on, Angie, and I'm looking forward to your day in Cuba and you telling me all about it one day. And she's a go-getter. Oh, my gosh. She's a woman who's out there making it happen, who's very creative, and is a painter, and just does so many things. And I'm blessed by her posts as well. And Teresa's on here, my publisher. She has published my last 3 books. Oh my gosh, she's amazing, and I love working with her. So follow her as well if you want to publish this year or next year. Put that on your list. Put that in your journal prompt, what you want to do, and make it happen, okay? Listen, guys, I just came out to tell you guys today that if you have a vivid envisioning for your life, begin to dream big, begin to think big, begin to plan big. And if you don't plan or think or dream or any of that, you will have what you have right now. And you may not be pleased with where you are. You may not be fully content. You may not be overjoyed with your life circumstances, but you can change that. And the change starts with you. So the minute you decide and you change, then everything else will change, and everything else will align and follow suit with you. Your circumstance, your children, your family, your household. You know, you say, okay, I'm getting out of debt. I mean it. I'm really getting out of debt. Then you'll get out of debt. And that doesn't mean you got a pay raise to get there or something else change. You can change, and you make the necessary changes to get out of debt, whatever it is that you want to do. You make the necessary changes to lose the weight, or whatever it is that you're working on and you're envisioning for your life. You make the necessary changes for whatever your list is today. If your list is to go to Brazil, then at least write your list today and write down where you want to go, and what you want to do, and how you plan to travel, and if it's Southwest, and begin to look up prices. Because if you don't know those things, you don't know what you're working towards. It's just a pie in the sky. It's so vague. It's such a generality that you can't even work towards it. Part of our trouble is not being decisive and not narrowing our focus down to what exactly it is. What are the details, okay? You have to implement the details. And if you don't know what they are, if you don't know how far you are in debt, then how you know what you're working towards? You say, I want to get out of debt. Okay, we all do. So how much debt are you in? And what's our actionable plan? What's a small credit card we can pay off? And once we pay that little small credit card off, we will pay that little Capital One card off. Once you pay that off, and then those payments that you're making towards Capital One, we don't start putting in our pocket once it's done. We put those same payments from Capital One and put it on Lowe's card or whatever card you have. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Whatever it is, take those actionable steps to make it happen, and you will see the change. But guess what? Again, I can't repeat it enough. If you don't change, nothing else will happen. Yes, Derek said, turn off the TV and write the script for your... Come on now. That is it. Oh my gosh, he is, I echo the exact same sentiments. I say that all the time. What a waste. What a waste. These people got their dream, they got their vision, and you're just being sucked in, lured in, and doing absolutely nothing with yours. If you're watching the Desperate Housewives, or if you're watching whatever, I'm not saying don't ever take the time to have some type of outlet to digress and get out of your present and escape into a movie, because we all need that getaway sometimes. But my God, day in and day out, I have a video that I have yet to post yet, but it'll be up on YouTube soon. The average person watches 6 hours of TV a day. 6 hours. And I'm just going to put this in here too. So in my research and my study, that's a lot of hours. 6 hours a day. That's a tremendous amount of hours being taken from your life, going to nothing, that you could be doing something with that one of those hours, writing a vision, writing your business plan, writing whatever it is that you plan to do, writing a book, writing a chapter, doing something with your life. And when I started tracing the steps of the successful, the high achievers, the 1%ers in life, the 1%ers that are the high top money earners, what I found is Warren Buffett says that he reads an average of 6 hours a day. 6 hours. And we think, well, of course he can read. He's free. He got time. He's paid. Da da da. No, the average American watches 6 hours of TV a day. Okay? I'm sorry, he reads 6 hours a day, and we watch 6 hours of TV a day. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing to change your mindset? What are you doing to change your life? What are you doing to rewrite the narrative of your life, like Derek is saying? Rewrite the script of your life. It's never too late. You can throw a plot twist in there and turn it all around, okay? You can have what you desire out of life. It comes down to a choice, to a decision, to begin again. Begin again. Start over now. It's never too late. It's the end of the year, but who cares? So what? Let's do it now. Begin today. See yourself where you want to go when you get off of this broadcast, and then sometime throughout today. Think about it. Write about it. Make a choice. Do something different. And I'm checking up on you. Oh, yes. Or get audiobooks. Yes, I subscribe to Audible. I love it. $15 a month is a great investment. But even if you don't do, I didn't know this until after I did my monthly subscription to Audible. But even if you don't do audiobooks or Audible, you can do YouTube. And many people have placed the Audible version, the audio version of books on YouTube, and you can just let that play while you cook, clean, ride down the street. You're doing a double duty right there, and you're getting it accomplished. So you're expanding your brain, you're expanding your knowledge base, you're expanding your potential. Because why? What took the experts 20 years to accomplish, 35 years to accomplish, you're learning in a matter of a few hours what they have taken their life to get through their experiences, through their knowledge, through their life. You've got it all condensed down to a few hours. The average book might be 6 hours, and if it's some of those classic bestsellers, they might be 12 hours long. So in a matter of 12 hours, and I can replay mine over and over again. You can learn so much from the experts, from the pros who've already done it. You don't have to fall in the ditch they fell in, because you've learned from their experience just by listening to it. There's so many advantages. Tanya says she does it all the time. Listen in the car. Absolutely. While you're cooking. Yes. Listen. Self-development, self-improvement is a must. And if you're not investing in you, how do you expect anyone else to come along and just invest in you and say, girl, go take that cooking class if you want to be a culinary artist. Go on and do this. People probably won't invest in you if you haven't invested in yourself in doing that. Yes, like my mom said, YouTube University, that's what we call it. Oh yeah, you can learn anything. Listen, with my kids, y'all know I homeschool, right? So with my kids, we have learned so many things. I had to learn how to restart. Like we had some trouble with a lawnmower. I had to learn how to get the chainsaw working so we could cut down some trees. Now my husband wasn't around. He's at work. He's doing things, but we go to YouTube University and figure it out. Okay, we had to learn how to change the carburetor or something, whatever. You can learn whatever you need to learn on YouTube University. Okay, so it's not limited to going to college and taking a trade and You can still get it. Okay, so thank you guys for joining, and if you haven't gotten your free download, make sure that you go get your free download, and I will put the link in the chat as well as at the beginning of this post once it is uploaded. And again, it's free to you, but it has great value, quality content for you. So each day we're doing a teaching on this Lunch and Learn at 12 o'clock. Feel free to join us every day for the next 21 days. Because we're making this a habit. We're breaking an old cycle and creating a new cycle of self-care, investing in you so that you can have the best life that you desire to have, okay? And I'm here to cheer you on, to encourage you on this journey, to help you get to the place that you want to be, and we're all going together. So I appreciate all of you who are in. I see Roxy say I'm in. If you're in, say I'm in the chat. You can follow along. It is no cost to you. It is free. Free of charge. Just meet me here every day, 12 o'clock for this journey. Hey, Jacqueline, the funniest lady I have ever met, who I love, love, love dearly. She's on here, Jacqueline Redwood. Bless my life. I wish we were still around to work together nowadays. I'm telling you. Estelle is in. My mama is in. So if you're in, say I'm in on the chat. You can follow along. Every day we're doing one little small task, and I'm teaching on the benefits of it. Thanks, Tanya. You're in. Get your download. And if you want the deeper discussion, thanks, Cindy. She's in. Cindy says she got the book. If you want the deeper discussion, get the book, because in the book forces you to face the hard truths in your life. And like today we're talking about vision. So in this journal entry, it says, what is your dream? What are you willing to do to make room for your dreams? What small thing could you do today to make you one step closer to achieving your dream? So not only are there journal entries in here, but there are exercises, there's tons of knowledge, there's brain activities, there's all kinds of things in this book. So you can get this book on Amazon. I'll put the link to that in there as well. And so I'm so glad you guys are here and following on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. Well, today you make a decision to live your life to the fullest, to dream big, to make a change, and you be the change that you want to see in your life today. Begin today to think about where you see yourself for the next 2 to 3 years, or 2 to 5 years. Or just next year. Think about 2019. What do you want to accomplish? And just write that out, plan it out, envision it. Just sit back in a quiet place. Get you a quiet place to think. Part of our trouble is we don't have time to think deeply. So get you some time to yourself. Do that, and I'm telling you, you will begin to hear. You will begin to envision. You will begin to think of things that you never thought of doing before. And this can all start today. Okay, so thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you being here, and I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12 noon. Invite a friend, share this out with your followers, invite someone or tag someone in the chat who you think will benefit from this 21-day journey. Okay guys, love you all. Have a good one now. Bye.